They said this pit bull was far too dangerous to save. 30 seconds later, he did something that left everyone utterly speechless. What if everything you believed about pit bulls was completely wrong? What if the most misunderstood breed could teach us the most profound lesson about love, forgiveness, and second chances? This is one of those pit bull rescue stories that shatters every stereotype you've ever heard. It's a tale of dog transformation and animal rehabilitation that challenges our deepest prejudices and reminds us that redemption is always possible. This is Rocco's story, a journey from the darkest depths of despair to the brightest heights of joy. Stay with me till the end. You won't believe what happens next. Have you ever witnessed a rescue dog's first moment of pure happiness? Keep watching. When they found Rocco trembling on the cold streets of Birmingham, he was nothing more than skin and bones wrapped in fear. His emaciated body told a heartbreaking tale of abuse and neglect that no living creature should ever endure. Every rib was visible beneath his dull, matted coat. His eyes, once perhaps bright and full of life, were now hollow and distant. The rescue team approached him carefully, their hearts breaking with every step. Each time a human hand reached towards him, Rocco would flinch and cower, pressing his fragile body against the cold pavement. His scared eyes expected another blow. The trauma had carved deep scars into his soul, making him believe that pain was all humans had to offer. But there was something else in those eyes, something the rescue team recognized immediately. Beneath all that fear, there was a flicker of hope. Tiny, fragile, barely alive, but it was there. The volunteers knew they had to act quickly. Rocco's physical condition was deteriorating rapidly. The veterinarian examination revealed the full extent of his suffering. Multiple fractures that had healed incorrectly, scars from what appeared to be burns, and evidence of prolonged starvation. The vet estimated he'd been living on the streets for months. How he'd survived was nothing short of miraculous. Every day must have been a battle between life and death. During those first few days at the rescue center, Rocco remained withdrawn and terrified. He refused to eat, barely drank water, and spent most of his time curled up in the furthest corner of his kennel. The staff tried everything: soft blankets, gentle words, patience beyond measure. But Rocco had been hurt too many times to trust easily. If you've ever rescued an abused dog, you'll understand what comes next. Comment below if you've experienced this transformation yourself. Then came the day that would change everything. A family arrived at the rescue center, not specifically looking for a pit bull, but looking for a soul that needed saving. When they walked past Rocco's kennel, something extraordinary happened. Despite his fear, despite everything he'd been through, Rocco looked up. For the first time in weeks, he made eye contact. The family stopped. They saw beyond the broken body and the fearful eyes. They saw potential. They saw a heart that deserved a second chance. Against advice from some who warned them about taking on such a traumatized dog, they made the decision that would transform two lives. They would take him home. The moment Rocco stepped through the doorway of his forever home, pure magic happened. Pet adoption success stories often talk about instant connections, but this was something truly extraordinary. His transformation from a broken, fearful creature into a joyful soul happened in seconds. Those same eyes that once held only terror suddenly sparkled with hope and wonder. His tail, which had remained tucked between his legs for so long, began wagging so furiously it looked as though it might take flight. The family stood frozen, tears streaming down their faces. And then something incredible occurred. He started dancing. Yes, dancing. Rocco began moving around the room with pure, unbridled happiness, his massive paws tapping against the wooden floor. It was as if his entire being was celebrating freedom for the very first time in his life. He spun in circles, his tail creating a blur of motion, his mouth open in what could only be described as a smile. The family laughed and cried simultaneously,
overwhelmed by the sheer joy radiating from this dog who, just hours earlier, had been too frightened to even look at them. It was a moment of pure transformation, a testament to the resilience of the canine spirit and the healing power of unconditional love. If Rocco's journey is touching your heart, please subscribe so you never miss another rescue story like this one. This is exactly why rescue dogs need more visibility. Are you ready to see how Rocco's story ends? Let's continue.
Today, 5 years later, Rocco proves that overcoming pet trauma is possible with love, patience, and unwavering commitment. This once broken pit bull has blossomed into the gentlest giant you'll ever meet. At 180 pounds of pure muscle and love, his striking appearance still makes strangers nervous, but those who know him discover a heart overflowing with kindness. He's become an incredible big brother to his 2 younger sisters, rescue dogs who arrived after him. Rocco watches over them with protective gentleness that defies his imposing size. When they play too roughly, he intervenes with a soft nudge. When they're frightened by thunderstorms, he lies beside them until the fear passes. Perhaps most remarkably, Rocco has become a guardian to the family's rescue kittens. Despite never having been around cats before, he treats them with extraordinary care. The tiny felines often sleep curled up against his warm body, purring contentedly. It's an image that challenges everything society tells us about pit bulls being aggressive. His favorite activity is simply cuddling for hours with his humans. This 180-pound dog believes he's a lap dog, and his family wouldn't have it any other way. On quiet evenings, you'll find him sprawled across the sofa, his massive head resting on someone's lap, his eyes closed in pure contentment. Rocco's story reminds us never to judge by appearances alone. The kindest hearts often belong to those who've been most unfairly judged. Sometimes the most damaged souls become the most beautiful examples of resilience, forgiveness, and love. Rocco didn't just survive. He learned to thrive, to trust, and to love again. His transformation proves that it's never too late for a second chance, that love truly can heal even the deepest wounds, and that the dogs society labels as too dangerous are often the ones most desperate for someone to believe in them. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever adopted a rescue dog that completely changed your life? What was their name and what made them special? Share your story in the comments below. I read every single one. And if Rocco's journey moved you, please give this video a thumbs up so more people can witness the incredible power of second chances.